Geriatrics is the science that deals with study of disease and their treatment peculiar to old age. हम लोग जानते ही हैं जेरियाट्रिक होता क्या है. ये एक साइंस होता है जो कि डील करता है किससे, डिजीज और ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ ओल्ड एज पर्सन. United Nations considered 60 years as the age of transition to the elderly age group. Early old age up to 75 years, late old age above 75 years. एक हुआ elderly और दूसरा हुआ very elderly. A multi-dimensional interdisciplinary diagnostic process focused on determining a frail older person's medical, psychological and functional capability. तीनों aspect में जो assessment होते हैं वो करते हैं, medical, psychological and functional aspect, in order to develop a coordinated and integrated plan for treatment and long-term follow-up. In addition to medical diseases, psychological, social, cognitive and functional issues influence the health of older persons. मेडिकल डिजीज जो है, साइकोलॉजिकल फंक्शन जो है, सोशल फंक्शन है या कॉग्निटिव फंक्शन है, ये सब सारी चीजें क्या करती है, जो ओल्ड एज पर्सन है उसके हेल्थ को इन्फ्लुएंस करती है. चूंकि हम ये जेरियाट्रिक के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं इसलिए ओल्ड एज यूज कर रहे हैं, नहीं तो एक्चुअली में तो ये सारे एज ग्रुप को क्या करते हैं, इन्फ्लुएंस करते हैं. Therefore, the traditional medical assessment alone is often not enough to evaluate the older population with multiple comorbidities. इसका मतलब केवल मेडिकल नहीं और दूसरे असेसमेंट भी करने चाहिए. Geriatric assessment uses a specific tools to help determine patient's status across several different dimensions, including assessment of medical, cognitive, affective, social, economic, environmental, spiritual and functional status. A screening for the following geriatric syndromes: hearing impairment, vision impairment, functional decline, falls, urinary incontinence, cognitive impairment, depression and malnutrition should also be included. By identifying conditions that are common in the elderly, geriatric assessment can provide substantial insight into the comprehensive care of older persons, from those who are healthy and high functioning to those with significant impairment and multiple comorbidities. For the medical assessment, the standard physical examination and past medical history taking is augmented by an evaluation of possible geriatric syndromes, including hearing impairment, cognitive impairment, functional status, depression, falls, gait disorder and incontinence. The social assessment involves an in-depth history taking, which may involve obtaining information from collateral sources such as family, neighbors and friends and societies also. The psychological assessment includes a screening for depression, which complements a cognitive assessment including a screening for dementia. A medical assessment tool wala. Patients often think that some problems such as incontinence and falls are a normal part of aging, and therefore are unlikely to report them as a problem to their physicians. Screening tools help to learn this information from patients. सबसे पहला क्या है? Falls या gait disturbances. More than 1/3 of the community dwelling older persons fall each year, and falls are independently associated with functional decline. ये हम लोग जब gait assessment पढ़ रहे थे उसमें भी ये था. Also, patients who have fallen are high risk for falling again and having resulting injuries. Because older persons frequently attribute falls to normal aging, it is very important to ask older patients if they have fallen in last year at their initial visit and at least annually. The use of pre-visit questionnaire can help elicit this information efficiently. Tests of gait, balance and functional reach help to assess patients' risk of falling. ये सब सारे टेस्ट हम लोग देख भी चुके हैं. आगे आएगा भी टेस्ट. Underlying balance and gait disorders can best be detected by observing patients walking and performing balance maneuvers. To save time, this evaluation can be performed while the patient is entering or leaving the examining room. था ना वॉक टेस्ट में था ना कि आना है जाना है, उसमें भी देख सकते हैं. Several additional simple tests of balance and mobility can also be performed quickly, including the ability to maintain a side-by-side semi-tandem and full tandem stance for 10 seconds each, resistance to a nudge and stability during a 360-degree turn. ये सब टेस्ट जो हम लोग कर रहे थे वो सब में था, ये सब पढ़ चुके हैं पहले हम लोग. We can assess quadriceps strength by observing an older person arising from a hard armless chair without the use of his or her hands. Slow gait speed is a helpful marker for recurrent falls as well as reduced survival. Patients whose gait speed exceeds 0.8 meter per second are likely to live beyond the median life expectancy for age and sex, where those whose gait speed is less than 0.8 meter per second are likely to have shorter survival. ये टेस्ट हम लोग देखे थे. The time up and go test is a measure for the patient's ability to rise from an armchair, walk 3 meters, turn back and sit down again. Those who take longer than 20 seconds to complete the test should receive further evaluation as well. Patients with recurrent falls or falls with any injury should receive a more detailed evaluation, including assessment of all medications, gait and balance, orthostatic blood pressure reading and vision testing. ये टेस्ट है तुम्हारा टाइम्स, अप एंड गो, गेट स्पीड मोर देन 10 मीटर है, कितना है ना, ऑफिस बेस्ड मैन्यूवर्स है, ऑब्जर्व गेट, ये सारे टेबल है. ये किसके लिए करते हैं? स्ट्रेंथ, बैलेंस, गेट एंड फॉल रिस्क के लिए. अगला क्या है? पहले गेट का देखा, अगला है हियरिंग एंड इम्पेयरमेंट के लिए. When affects up to the 1/3 of the person aged more than 65 years, hearing impaired. Independently, it is associated with reduced cognitive and physical function and reduced social involvement. सुनाई नहीं पड़ेगा, आदमी बोलेगा कम सुन रहे हो तो आदमी जाना ही कम कर देता है. It is also often under recognized and therefore under treated, and again often not self-reported by patients. One simple method for a VG practitioner is simply to rely on the patient's own subjective report of hearing loss. This involves asking patients whether they feel they have hearing impairment. अगर पेशेंट बोल रहा है कि उसको सुनने में दिक्कत है, तो जो भी फिजिशियन है उसको ये बात माननी चाहिए और उसका जो है थोड़ा चेकअप होना चाहिए. Another alternative is to whisper voice test, administered by whispering 3 to 6 random words at a set distance from the patient's ear and then asking the patients to repeat the word. Patients fail the screening if they are unable to repeat half of the words correctly. This should be done out of the patient's sight line to patient lip reading, and the other ear should be covered. एक ईयर में करना है, सामने से नहीं करना, ताकि लिप रीडिंग पेशेंट ना कर पाए. The most accurate office test is the audioscope, a handheld otoscope with a built-in audiometer. It should be set at 40 decibel to evaluate hearing loss in older persons. A pre-tone at 60 dB मतलब decibel should be delivered with 4 subsequent tones, 500, 1000, 2000 and 4000 Hz, all at 40 decibel. If the patient cannot hear the 1000 or 2000 Hz in both ears or both in one ear, then they need more formal audiometric testing. Finally, a screening tool that uses socio-demographic information coupled with 3 simple questions has high accuracy in identifying older person with hearing loss. Audioscope, whisper test और hearing handicap. Time to administer देख ही रहे हो, 1 से 2 मिनट, 1 मिनट, 2 मिनट. सेंसिटिविटी, सब सारी चीजें हैं. ये सारे टेस्ट हैं किसके लिए? हियरिंग लॉस के लिए. अगला है विजुअल इम्पेयरमेंट. Visual impairment is a common sensory deficit in the older population. All 4 major eye diseases, cataracts, macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy and glaucoma, increases in prevalence with age. Most older persons have presbyopia and require corrective lenses. Visual deficiencies are also independently associated with increased risk of falling, functional decline and depression. The Snellen eye chart अच्छा है. तो नीचे चार्ट लगे रहते हैं ना, ABCD जो छोटा बड़ा लिखा रहता है उसको बोलते हैं Snellen eye chart. Snellen eye chart is a standard method of screening for visual impairment. लेकिन आजकल वो आ गया है, क्या बोलते हैं, टीवी टाइप का आ गया ना, TFT पे डिस्प्ले करते हैं. This requires the patients to stand 20 feet from the chart and read letters using corrective lenses. Patients fail the screening if they are unable to read all the letters on the 2x40 lines with their eyeglasses on, and should then be referred for further evaluation by an ophthalmologist. Given the high prevalence of eye diseases in the older population and the potential for adverse health consequences of impaired vision, a visit with an optometrist or ophthalmologist is recommended every 1 or 2 years by the American Academy of Ophthalmology and the American ऑप्टोमेट्रिक एसोसिएशन. मतलब साल में 1 या 2 बार जाना चाहिए आई चेक कराने के लिए. अगला क्या है? यूरिनरी इनकॉन्टिनेंस. Urinary incontinence is underreported as well, often due to patients' embarrassment or belief that incontinence is a normal part of aging. It is very common problem in both older men and women and can have deleterious effect on their lives, including urinary tract infections. ये तो बहुत ही सीवियर है, बहुत प्रॉब्लमेटिक है. Sleep disruption with subsequent falls and pressure ulcers. UTI तो अगर एक बार हो गया ओल्ड एज में तो एक बार मोटा मोटी ये मान लो कि ठीक नहीं ही होता है. अगर आपने थोड़ी सी लापरवाही करी दोबारा कोई कॉलोनी बन जाती है, बहुत ही मुश्किल है. इट इज ऑल्सो ए मार्कर फॉर हाई मोर्टेलिटी इन ओल्डर एडल्ट्स. देयर आर मेनी ट्रीटमेंट ऑप्शंस अवेलेबल इंक्लूडिंग बिहेवियरल, फार्माकोलॉजिक एंड सर्जिकल. A simple and efficient screen for urinary incontinence is a 2-item questionnaire that can be administered by a provider. First, in the last year, have you ever lost urine and gotten wet? If so, have you lost urine on 6 separate days? Another single question, have you had urinary incontinence that is bothersome enough that you would like to know how it could be treated? Many convey additional value in helping to determine which patients would want further evaluation and therapy. The 3IQ questionnaire helps the clinician differentiate between urinary stress and urge incontinence using self-report questions. अगला क्या है? Malnutrition and weight loss. ये तो आप बताया ही है भैया, पिछले क्लास का ही है. The term malnutrition has been used to refer a wide spectrum of deficiencies, protein, energy and vitamins, and excess. Example, obesity and hypervitaminosis that place older person at risk for other health condition, functional decline and lastly death. Nutritional disorders are very common in older persons. The most common one being obesity. BMI more than 30 kg per meter square in community dwelling older persons. Obesity is associated with functional decline and more comorbidities such as type 2 diabetes mellitus and osteoarthritis. Weight loss has commonly been used to define undernutrition and also predicts increased mortality. Although weight loss may be voluntary, any weight loss in an older person raises concern for underlying illnesses. Example, malignancy and depression, or social functional barriers, poverty, inability to shop or prepare meals. There are also several self-administered screening instruments available. The mini nutritional assessment scale है ना, लास्ट क्लास में जो हमने देखा है, predicts adverse outcomes that may or may not be related to the nutritional components of the instrument. The 4-item simplified nutritional assessment questionnaire asks about appetite and how food tastes and has been associated with weight loss in a cross-sectional study. Malnutrition in the hospitalized older patient is common and has been associated with higher mortality, delayed functional recovery and higher rates of nursing home use. Persistent decreased intake and weight loss in the hospital should prompt investigation. Malnutrition in the hospitalized older patient can also be a marker for another occult process. For example, evaluation of poor oral intake may reveal an underlying delirium or untreated pain causing decreased oral intake. Measuring albumin and pre-albumin though not a specific indicator for malnutrition, can also be helpful in assessing prognosis. Albumin is also affected by inflammatory states related to concomitant illness, stress and traumatic or surgical conditions. Its half-life is 18 days, and so measurement and admission may provide a nutritional baseline. Pre-albumin with a half-life of 2 days may be more helpful to monitor response to nutritional treatment, although it is also affected by inflammatory states. अगला आ गया फंक्शनल असेसमेंट टूल्स. जो अपने आज अभी तक जितने असेसमेंट टूल्स पढ़े हैं वो सारे जीरियाट्रिक में लगेंगे. समझ गए? Functional performance can be viewed as a measure of overall impact of health conditions in the context of the patient's environment and social support system. Therefore, it is essential to assess the patient's functional status at the initial visit, and any change in functional status should prompt further investigation. This can be assessed at 3 levels: basic activities of daily living, PADL, है ना, इसमें 6 थे ना, इसमें 6 एक्टिविटीज को हम लोग करते हैं. देन इंस्ट्रूमेंटल एक्टिविटीज ऑफ डेली लिविंग, IADL, and then advanced activities of daily living, AADLs. इंस्ट्रूमेंटल एक्टिविटीज में जो पर्सन होता है उसको सोशल लाइफ अच्छे से बिताने में जो प्रॉब्लम्स होता है, जैसे शॉपिंग, है ना, और ड्राइविंग, वॉकिंग आउट ऑफ होम, इन सब चीज़ों में जो दिक्कत होती है उसके लिए हम लोग IADL यूज करते हैं. और जो पर्सनल प्रॉब्लम के लिए होता है जैसे कॉम्बिंग, ब्रशिंग, टॉयलेटिंग, इसके लिए हम लोग क्या यूज करते हैं? BADL. The BADL are the tasks that patients need to be able to complete on their own or have assistance to complete in order to be able to live in their own residences. है ना, घर में रहने के लिए जो एक्टिविटी एक पर्सन को चाहिए उसके असेसमेंट के लिए जो स्केल यूज करते हैं और जो मोस्ट कॉमनली यूज्ड स्केल है और जिसकी वैलिडिटी एंड रिलायबिलिटी दोनों टेस्टेड है, वो क्या है? BADL. एक्टिविटीज कौन कौन सी है? ट्रांसफरिंग, टॉयलेटिंग, बाथिंग, ड्रेसिंग, कॉन्टिनेंस एंड फीडिंग. 6 हो गई, 6 की 6 एक्टिविटी हो गई. The IADLs are the abilities one needs to maintain an independent household. Shopping of groceries, driving or being able to use public transportation, telephone skills, meal preparation, houseworks, home repair, laundry, taking medications and handling finances. ये सब किस में आएंगे? IADL. Patients may be dependent on more than or equal to 1 IADLs, but still be able to live at home alone, even they are independent in their ADLs and have family support to help pay bills, for example. Understanding the areas of impairment is essential to being able to meet the patient's need with appropriate resources and also often helps with diagnosis. For example, in a patient with dementia, the inability to feed oneself usually is indicative of an advanced dementia. खुद खा भी नहीं पा रहा. Measurement of ADLs, societal, family, recreational and occupational tasks can also be helpful in detecting changes in functional status prior to onset of disability. There are several instruments that incorporate these functions into quality of life questions. Example, a study short form 36 and short form 12. SF 36 na and SF 12. Asking older persons about how they spend their day also gives insight into higher level of functioning of healthier older persons, and when they are still independent in their ADLs and IADLs. अगला क्या है? Cognitive assessment tools. Detection of cognitive impairment early can identify treatable conditions such as ischemic brain disease, when the risk factors can be then better controlled, helping to prevent progression of disease. Detection of Alzheimer's disease can lead to appropriate pharmacologic treatment and improvements in patient safety by garnering appropriate resources to assist with ADLs and IADLs. Early detection may also help facilitate long-term planning, including identifying preferences for care and sources of financial and caregiver support that will be important as the disease progresses. The mini mental state examination, a 30-item interviewed administered assessment, is a validated and commonly used screening test. 2 क्लास पहले बताया था कॉग्निटिव वाला ना. Expected scores are based on age and educational level. There are also several shorter validated screens for cognitive impairment listed on table 3. These include the mini-cog test, which combines 3-team registration and recall with clock drawing. The clock drawing component of these tests helps evaluate higher executive functioning and is less influenced by educational level and culture. It is important to note that a scoring perfectly on any cognitive screening test does not preclude the diagnosis of dementia. Functional status performance is interpreted along with cognitive testing in order to diagnose level of dementia. Highly educated persons may score perfectly but have deficiencies in insight and judgment. Conversely, patient may score less than optimally on a scoring test, but because of language barriers or education, but have good performance when tested in greater depth. सुपरफिशियल देखते हैं तो इन सब बैरियर्स के कारण स्क्रीनिंग टेस्ट जो होता है वो क्या होता है, पुअर होता है, लेकिन डेप्थ में जाएंगे तो अच्छा आ जाता है. ये MMSC है, ये सब टेबल का है ना. पॉजिटिव स्क्रीन 24 है, लाइवलीहुड रेशियो 3.4 to 11.8 है. उसके बाद ये दूसरा है क्लॉक ड्राइंग, मिनी क्लॉक टेस्ट, 7 मिनट स्क्रीनिंग, एब्रीविएटेड मेंटल स्क्रीनिंग, स्टेटस टेस्ट, ये सारे टेस्ट आगे के भी पीछे के भी सब आप लोगों को बता दिया है, ऑलरेडी डिटेल में बताया, इसलिए ज़्यादा अंदर जाने की जरूरत नहीं। अगला क्या है? साइकोलॉजिकल असेसमेंट टूल। Depression and other affective disorders are common in the older population. Moreover, older adults may not volunteer that they are depressed, but instead present with vague complaints as self-reported fatigue or more specific symptoms of anorexia, with subsequent weight loss and sleep disturbance. Therefore, it is important for physicians to screen for depression in patients for whom there is any concern. The patient health questionnaire is a validated self-administered tool. A score more than 10 has a sensitivity of 88% and a specificity of 88% for major depression. A 2-item version PHQ-2 has been used for a screening. This screener asks the patient over the past 2 weeks how often you have been bothered to by any of the following problems: little interest or pleasure in doing things, feeling down, depressed or hopeless. Responses are second as follows: 0 is equal to not at all, 1 is equal to several days, 2 more than half the days, 3 nearly every day. तो इस तरीके से उसकी स्कोरिंग करते हैं। Persons who score 3 or more than 3 have 75% probability of having a depressive disorder. In patients who may not be able to complete a self-administered tool, the geriatric depression scale may be more helpful. This tool is physician administered with yes or no answer and available in 5 items, 15 items and 30 item version. अगला क्या है? सोशल असेसमेंट, लास्ट ही होगा सोशल असेसमेंट. There is a great deal of interdependency between patients' social situation and their functional status. For example, persons dependent on ADLs or IADLs must have sufficient social or financial support to meet their needs. If patients are healthy but have no social support, जैसे कि family or friends, physicians should inquire who would help them should they have an increased level of need. For patients who are dependent in functional activities, it is important to ask who helped them perform each specific task. A variety of private and public resources can provide further assessment if the initial screening indicates a problem. Home assessment provided by home health social worker can also have further reveal level of support at home. तो ये सारे लेवल पे हमको असेसमेंट करना है. इसके अलावा भी बहुत सारे लेवल से जिस पे भी कि जेरियाट्रिक को असेस किया जा सकता है. तो सारी चीजें तो स्लाइड में जोड़ना मुश्किल है ना. जो मेन थे वो हमने कोशिश किया है कि इसमें इंक्लूड करें. और दूसरी बात, स्केल्स बहुत सारे यहाँ पे दोबारा नहीं दिखाया हमने, क्योंकि स्केल्स आपको ऑलरेडी एक एक करके मैं बताता आया हूँ. अब कंक्लूजन में क्या देखते हैं? जीरियाट्रिक असेसमेंट इज एन एसेंशियल पार्ट ऑफ द कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव केयर ऑफ ओल्डर पर्सन्स, फ्रॉम द हेल्दी एंड हाई फंक्शनिंग टू दोज with significant impairment and multiple comorbidities. जिनके पास मल्टीपल कॉमॉर्बिडिटीज है और सिग्निफिकेंट इम्पेयरमेंट है, उनके लिए तो और ज्यादा जरूरी है फिजिक्स। और इस क्यों जरूरी है? क्योंकि आउटकम मेजर से हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं, किसी चीज को क्वांटिफाई कर सकते हैं और उसका ये देख सकते हैं कि जो ट्रीटमेंट हम दे रहे हैं, वो ट्रीटमेंट लाइन जो हम फॉलो कर रहे हैं, उससे पेशेंट को फायदा हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है। और इसका सबसे बड़ा फायदा ये है कि ये फायदा पेशेंट को भी दिखता है, क्योंकि नंबर के फॉर्म में आता है। और अगर फायदा नहीं हो रहा है तो अपने को ट्रीटमेंट प्लान बदलने की जरूरत है। Physician can then review areas of concern with patients at their first visit and schedule follow-up visits to address their issues further as needed. So this finishes your syllabus of outcome measures. तो आपका सारा outcome measures खत्म हो गया और साथ ये क्लास भी आज की लास्ट है, ठीक है। तो थैंक यू। कुछ पूछना है आप लोगों को? कुछ पूछना है आप लोगों को? चलो, थैंक यू।